Hello everybody, how's it going? It's now December the 14th, about 12:48 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Manitoba, Canada. I'm officially back in Canada, guys, and I'm going to be here till about January the 15th, I'm guessing. I've got about a month here, we can say. Very happy to be back here in Canada, I have to admit. I miss my beautiful trading rig, as you guys can see. It's quite the setup for trading. I think that you gotta always have a very beautiful trading station if you're going to be a professional trader. Hardware is extremely important because just like any other gamer, you can call it, right? You need a very good setup to feel good where you're working because this is your workspace. I've got a nice 8 feet desk over here that's made of bamboo that also sits and stands. If you guys don't know about my rig, just to tell you guys a little bit about it, it's a full Corsair setup for the people that don't know. M65 mouse with a K95 Platinum keyboard with a Razer RGB LED, everything here. And this monitor, if you guys are wondering, it's the QLED Samsung 49-inch ultra wide monitor. And for the rig itself, it's nothing too fancy. I don't remember, actually, I barely remember the specs. I think it's only an i5, 8th generation CPU. It's water cooled just to have it looking pretty nice. I got a GTX 1060. It's not made for any gaming whatsoever. The GTX 1060 lights up. That's the only reason I got it. And it's got a bunch of Corsair LED lighting in there with G-Scale RGB RAM as well. So it's a pretty decent little custom build. I plan to be adding some water cooling to it just because it's, like modifying is very fun, right? When you're modding a computer. I'm going to be doing an open loop setup, not one of those. I'm going to take out that closed loop. I'll be doing an open loop setup with a bunch of water blocks on the CPU and GPU as well, and getting reservoirs, water pumps, etc. And if you guys are, just in case you guys are wondering about what kind of setup I use at home, right? So this is equivalent to about two 28-inch monitors, and it's more than enough for me. So it's like using, two 28 inches, exactly, 228 1080p monitors. And it's more than sufficient for me, considering I've been traveling and using a 15.4-inch laptop to train on the go and still doing it fairly successfully. This is kind of overkill coming back from that. So anyways, thank you very much for this, for the patience that you guys have given me. I really appreciate it. It's been about 3 months since I've heavily traded, and Sarah gets here September the, let me just double check here, September the 17th on a Monday. So you guys have me till then, where I plan to be looking at the market intensively, and I'll be following it like a hawk. And as expected, guys, as expected, we're trending much closer to the $100 billion market cap. So Bitcoin, guys, volume, let's take a look at it. I always start off by looking at the volume. It's incredibly important to me every single day. So here we're trending yesterday at 4.3 billion, 4.3 billion today as well, right? Where I don't know if this is closing yet for the daily. I can't remember what time it closes here in Canada. I can't believe I've been gone for so long that I don't remember the daily close, but I know that in France it's 2 a.m. there, right? That's for their time. So I think it closed already at 7 p.m. here, right? That seems to make sense. So as expected, guys, the volume slightly picked up because we wanted to break a resistance, and that's exactly what we did, right? So if you guys have been following my tweets, this is exactly what I have been talking about here. Wow, I'm not even logged in Twitter. That's odd. Huh, that's all right. Anyways, I'll log into Twitter and show you guys another time. But I was mentioning the symmetric triangle setup, right? This symmetric triangle setup, in my opinion, was likely to break one way or the other. So on the bullish side, what we had was a break to the upside, targeting roughly these regions around 3,700 range and setting a stop loss from roughly 3,450 ranges here, yielding an incredible 2.79 RR. Now that was a really decent setup in my opinion, but the bear setup was much better, right? So we would have entered a short position around 3,450, set a stop around 3,500 or so, around there, and then we would be targeting 3K or 3050 just on the conservative side. This one here I'd probably go a little bit higher, maybe 3550, and here you're getting an RR of about 4.5. So the bears are absolutely in control right now. This symmetric triangle was easy to play on the breakout, right? As soon as it started to break down, support. So clearly this right here is considered the apex region, right? Where something is going to happen as these triangles or these supports and resistances end up converging on each other. And that's how you always want to play it. You want to wait for the volume confirmation on a low time frame. So for example, on a 10-minute time frame here, we're starting to see volume pick up, right? We see volume pick up here. And as soon as this volume started to significantly pick up there, that's where a lot of people were most likely entering a trade here around the 34.50 ranges, 34.75 ranges as well. And I believe that this is going to make some sort of bearish flag, right? If we take a look on some higher time frames right now, let's go to some higher time frames. Let's go to, first of all, a monthly time frame and see how this is trending. Incredibly bearish. The 55 EMA is not acting as any type of support at all right now. We're looking at halfway in the month already, guys, and we're not finding any resistance or support whatsoever. We look at the 1 week right now, we're breaking well below the 200 moving average, so it is looking fairly scary right now for the bulls, right? Now, the most logical region, right, it has to be this 3K region that I've been mentioning for a while now. And the reason why it's logical is because, first of all, everybody sees it. And this region right here that used to be a resistance is now a support, and this support remains a support. So how can we not want to be bullish by assuming it would definitely bounce around those particular regions, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Yeah, I believe there's still one more wave coming down here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's not even close, in my opinion, to finishing. I mean, most likely, in my opinion, it's going to make an ending fifth wave of some sort. If not an ending fifth wave, well, it's still going to conform to something like that, in my opinion, okay? We're eventually going to get a breakout. So this specific region right there is a region of interest to me. Anywhere between $3K to $3,200 there. I cannot help but think that I'm still incredibly bullish on Bitcoin around 3K, where we're going to expect a very decent bounce. Right now on the 10-hour chart, we're getting a doji with very little volume of support. But let's microanalyze this and see this on a much more detailed time frame. So guys, this right here on a short time frame was indicating to the market that we just simply can't close above it, right? Every time we tried to breach the 55 EMA, we ended up downtrending. Tried to breach the 55 EMA, downtrending. And it just doesn't seem to be working out for the bulls right now. We consider some of these bull trap regions, okay? And because these are bull trap regions, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap regions, we can easily assume that we might get a rally to around the $3,400 range, but we're slowly and most likely going to be making our way towards 3K to 3.2K ranges, where I think some heavy accumulators are going to be stepping into play. So on the 2-day chart, we're still looking at it incredibly bearish, guys, okay? Take a look at this, okay? On the 2-day chart, we're still seeing RSI around the 20 ranges, which is super low. We take a look at it on this time frame as well, and it just doesn't seem to be gaining momentum whatsoever to the upside. In fact, the volume is actually decreasing as well for the day here. So I can't help but think that 3K is going to be a very viable support. I apologize for not being able to take this short position with you guys. I was actually traveling for the day. As soon as I got to London Airport, I wanted to actually do technical analysis and enter a short position. But I also wanted to see Sarah. Sarah lives in Toronto. So yeah, so I wanted to go take a 1-hour cab ride to see her for 20 minutes during my layover. Took a 1-hour cab ride there, took a 1-hour cab ride back, just to see her for 20 minutes. And you guys know the worst part about that trip was? Well, everything about it was really good. But the worst part was that I left my phone in the cabbie. So it's actually in the cab, and it's actually in Toronto right now. So I'm with another new phone again, which now makes seven phones, guys, that I've gone through in 3.5 months. That's not something to be proud of whatsoever, nor is it bragging. It's just me being incredibly stupid and losing my phone all the time. It's either that or I'm throwing it off the balcony into the river, right, guys? So how's it looking right now, guys? I mean, take a look at this, okay? Is this going to be a descending triangle where we're simply just hammering at the 3,300 ranges, 3,281 ranges? Is it just finally going to break down to the 3K range? Yeah, I believe it's going to break down to the 3K ranges right now, okay? It's hard not to believe that we're going to get some sort of reaction around those specific price ranges. So my specific scenario right now, because I cannot simply enter a short position any further, right? And so because I can't enter a position any further, I'm just gonna be like, my count is still clear. Okay, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this makes 1 coming down, 2, 3, 4, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is still to the $30K to the $3,100 ranges. So the 5 Elliott wave counts are almost in right now already. Just want to give you guys my quick update for the day. I really wish that I was able to actually take that trade. But sometimes when you're flying and you're in the air and you're just traveling a lot, it's very difficult for me to even want to take a trade. So guys, if we actually get some sort of retracement around that specific range, okay, what we're gonna get, let's say we end up going to 30.50 right here, right? We could easily still get a rally, first of all, to the 4163 ranges, possibly even the 4800 ranges as well. RSI is still trending fairly low on these higher time frames, and I'm expecting some sort of bounce very soon. I'm expecting this weekly MACD histogram not to tick down nearly as much, so hopefully we can find some bullish support very soon. If we also take a look right here, guys, right, we're finding support in terms of the RSI support as well, right? So just maybe one more week, we're gonna see a downtrend. But after that, I think there's going to be a fairly strong bounce after the $2,800 region. Anyways, just want to give you guys my quick thoughts on my positions that I plan to be taking very soon. And now it's just a matter of a waiting game. So have yourselves a great night, guys. I just want to get back into the swing of things. Wanted to make a video for you guys to let you guys know that I'm not abandoning you. So thank you very much for all the love and the support. And if you guys haven't taken my course number 1 and number 2 yet, consider taking it, guys. It's in the description below. It can absolutely help you progress to a different level of trading than where you are right now. So have a good night. Bye, guys. Take care.